Check this out. This is my BBQ chicken, my barbecue beer braised quarantine chicken with roasted potato salad and Mexican street corn. Oh yeah.
Yes.
We're busy, or we're trying to stay busy. Kids are at home now. We're in our 18th month in quarantine, and the magic and excitement of cooking all day long has worn off, right? Am I right or am I right? This dish is for you. I created it because I think it's quick and easy. Beer braised quarantine chicken, BBQ. We have some chicken thighs here, and we're gonna kind of marinate them in a dry rub with the Ziploc bag. And you can do this at least 30 minutes in advance to a day in advance. This is about 2.5 pounds of chicken thighs, and I'm just lightly salting into this bag. I found this, and it says Memphis style barbecue seasoning. And just add some of this generously into the bag.
If you don't have a pre-made spice rub, use whatever you have in the pantry. Cumin, cayenne, garlic powder, onion powder, coriander, chili powder, paprika, smoked paprika.
I'm gonna add some more garlic powder because I like aggressive garlic flavor. So now I'm adding a little bit of ketchup. And normally I would want to use tomato paste and a little bit of brown sugar, but I don't want to open something else up to have to leave in the fridge and take up space again. I'm also gonna add my finishing sauce, which is Sweet Baby Ray's, or your favorite barbecue sauce or whatever, but just a little bit to get the braise started. Now, the fun part of all of this is one of the B's of the chicken, and that's a beer. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of beer into this marinade bag, and I'm gonna zip it up and let this sit until I'm ready to braise it. I'm gonna make also a potato salad. Now, here's the cool part. I didn't boil these potatoes. I roasted them in the oven this morning when I woke up. They have a nice little char to them, and they're crispy, and they've got a nice texture, and it's not gonna be like your typical mushy potato salad. So I'm gonna add the potatoes into this mixing bowl. Thinly sliced scallions, the mixing bowl, a couple of celery stalks, cut them in half. Now I'm gonna take some of this rosemary, like this, there's a stick, you grab here, boom, stick left, herbs in hand. Rough chop is fine. Let's add some rosemary into there. Now I wanna add some blossoms into that just because we have them, and it's very rare that I see something so beautiful as a purple flower coming out of this rosemary. A little bit of mayonnaise, just a humble little taste, right? This is my sour cream ration for the week. They only had like an 8-ouncer, and they had this one, and it was like $1 difference. So I've just decided to just celebrate the sour cream in all of its glory. A little bit of salt, and a little bit of paprika, why not? Hey, hey, hey. Here I have my lemon, but I don't have a zester in this kitchen for whatever reason, so I'm gonna have to make my own zest. And I'm gonna do a nice quick julienne, which take it in horizontal, and I'm gonna go against the julienne and make little squares. This is called, in French technique, a brunoise. And there you have it, my beautiful lemon zest. All we have to do now is mix it all together. Instead of just boiling a potato and having a mushy potato salad, by roasting them, you just get another added texture and dimension to your normal recipe. So you don't have to follow what I did ingredient-wise. Use your potato salad recipe, but give this a try. I think you'll like it. Just lost power. Should we light some candles? I guess I'll take a break. I mean, some of us juggle with bean bags. So everything that I was gonna show you inside, I'm gonna show you outside. So I'm gonna add some olive oil, and I'm going to add also an onion. No skin, just to get a little bit more flavor into this chicken. I'm gonna let the onion sweat a little bit. Now in the meantime, corn tends to dry out when you roast it or you grill it. And my little hack is I like to put it into a tray with a little bit of water. and then I broil it in the oven, and that way it kind of steams it a little bit, and it still browns the top, but I rotate it so it still has a nice little juiciness to it. Place the corn on the sheet tray onto the grill. I'm going to add some water onto the sheet tray, spray some coconut oil on top of the corn. Then I'm gonna sprinkle some salt onto the corn, roll it around, and I'm just going to tent the corn for now so it absorbs some of that water and it actually steams it a little bit. Now we're gonna close that and just let that cook for maybe about 15 minutes. If you have your oven and you don't have a grill, which is what I wanted to do to begin with, you're just gonna do the same thing, water in a sheet tray with the corn into the oven and broil it. Now I'm gonna take these chicken thighs and I'm just gonna place them right on top. This is called making it work, isn't it? We are making this freaking work. A little water, if you wanna use stock, go right ahead. I'm adding some beer as well. And I'm gonna close this lid and just let that cook until it braises and pulls apart beautifully. When you think about braising chicken, I would never think to go the chicken breast route. I would always go the dark meat route because it still stays moist when it breaks down. And that's what's gonna give you that nice barbecue pulled chicken, pulled pork kind of experience, right? When eating Mexican street corn, it's really about what goes on top. So what I have here is some room temperature butter, and I'm gonna take a little bit of mayonnaise and add it to this butter. And I'm gonna take a little bit of this tahini, which I love when I drink my mezcal, and I'm gonna sprinkle it right into this bowl. A little bit of salt as well, a little paprika, a little garlic powder, right? And look, because the butter is room temperature, it combines and mixes really easily. I have some scallion, so I'm gonna go ahead and thinly slice a little bit of scallion. You guys, this table is literally like a nursery bed with a mirror upside down and a blanket to hide it right now. So I have some scallions. I wish I had some cilantro, but I don't have any more. And I'm just gonna place it here because I don't have another bowl. I'm too lazy to go inside. I have a lime. It's kind of like on its last day. Ready to go for when the corn is grilled, yeah? This, plus a little cheese, is ready to garnish the corn. So I'm gonna flip it and just let it keep cooking. If you can see this temperature of this grill, it's right around 400 degrees, which is where you'd want the oven to be as well if you're gonna do this in the oven. And now that all the water has essentially dried out, the corn is completely steamed and cooked. I'm gonna place this on the grill. If you're doing this inside the house, the broiler will be on. Look at that. You see how it's pulling away? Smells insanely delicious. What to do with this liquid? I say that if you had more time, you could cook it down and make it the base of your barbecue sauce, or save some of this chicken and make like a chicken pozole. There's always a purpose. My mother told me never to waste anything, so like, I love using that advice in everything that I do. But here we go, look. This chicken, for the most part, is kind of fall off, right? I just take my go-to barbecue sauce and just drizzle this a little bit, like this. I'm just gonna place this corn next to the barbecue chicken. Oh my goodness, corn and barbecue. I have my sesame buns available on IGTV and arnoldlimit.com. More tahini, and I'm gonna sprinkle the tahini on top of the corn. I'm gonna take some cheese, and I'm gonna sprinkle this cheese on top of the tahini. Some scallions, and I'm gonna sprinkle the scallions on top of the cheese that's sprinkled on top of the tahini, that's sprinkled on top of the butter. And I'm gonna wedge a lime on the side, and I'm gonna squeeze a lime on top. Just a little bit of time and a little bit of love, which I know we all have right now for each other. So please try to make any or all of this, and it's my gift to you today. Enjoy. Yes.
Street corn, baby.
Corn. So good.